Well, welcome to another edition of 42nd Street Pete's Grindhouse, and let's stop the fucking presses right now because the Something Weird website is back up. SomethingWeirdVideo.com. All your retail needs for sleaze and streaming and whatever. So yeah, it's great news. It just happened a couple days ago. So, all you Something Weird fans, log on to SomethingWeirdVideo.com for all your Something Weird needs, so to speak. Anyway, this is going to be an episode of really shitty cinema. And I got two fucking winners today. Let's start with, oh God, A Town Called Hell from 1971. Now, this was released on a double bill by a company, I think it was Scotia International. They released this with another film, a Lee Van Cleef film called Captain Apache, which unfortunately really wasn't that good either. But this one sort of has a who's who of stars. Telly Savalas in the lead, Martin Landau, Robert Shaw, Stella Stevens. Also a dubbed Al Lettieri as a Mexican bandit, Fernando Rey as an old guy. This was not a spaghetti western, even though Aldo Sambrell is in there, because somewhere in the handbook of spaghetti westerns or pseudo spaghetti westerns 101, there is a clause, as there is in the Philippines with Vic Diaz, that Aldo Sambrell has to be in every fucking spaghetti western ever made. The same with Vic Diaz has to be in every Filipino film ever made. It's simple. But anyway, this thing is almost incomprehensible because it opens up with the blue-eyed Martin Landau and Robert Shaw as Mexican bandits executing a priest and killing the parishioners. Now we segue back ahead of time where now Robert Shaw is the priest. And everybody's looking. Stella Stevens comes in a hearse in a coffin, which makes no fucking sense because it says that this guy Aguilar killed her husband and she will pay $20,000 in gold to whoever identifies Aguilar. So when Aldo Sambrell goes to check out, see if there's $20,000 in gold in the wagon, he is strangled by this weird guy with a sawed-off shotgun. So he gets kicked out pretty quick. Telly Savalas is Don Carlos, who is prone to hanging a bunch of fucking people, including his own Segundo Al Lettieri. This is all confusing and makes very little fucking sense, to be honest with you, because this Aguilar guy, you don't know who the fuck it is. Now Martin Landau reappears as the colonel and turns on his buddy Robert Shaw, saying that he's basically going to hang somebody every 20 minutes until Aguilar shows up. So they hang the Al Lettieri character. They hang a bunch of fucking people. Honestly, when I saw this theatrically, I fucking walked out halfway through it because I'd already seen the Captain Apache thing and it sort of tanked. And this one I walked out on. I just picked it up the other day and figured I'd check it out, and it completely, utterly sucks. So don't waste your fucking time. Again, these were somehow promoted. I guess they were British backed or something like that, because Captain Apache has a couple Brit stars in it, including Percy Herbert. And for whatever reason, Lee Van Cleef sings the song Captain Apache. Hope he got paid a lot for that. So let's segue into another turd. 99 Women from 1969. Now let me read you the description of this wonderful X-rated video box. For his epic shocker, Cage Women Gone Wild, legendary director Jess Franco brought together a once-in-a-lifetime cast of international beauties, including Maria Schnell, Luciana Paluzzi, Rosa Balinieri, and Maria Rome. And Mercedes McCambridge as a warden, and Herbert Lom as a governor. This limited edition of the recently discovered French version features all the long-rumored scenes of extreme sexuality, now totally uncut for the first time. This is the thing. Torture, rape, lesbianism, and an outstanding cast. Well, let me tell you something. It ain't all that. At least Luciana Paluzzi has the decency to check out in the first 10 minutes of the film from a drug overdose. It is nothing like it is described. It is lame. It is slow-moving. Yeah, there's some nudity. Yeah, there's some suggested lesbianism. And yeah, Bruno Mattei got his start by shooting 20 minutes worth of hardcore fucking inserts, which don't even match up to the film or the characters they're portrayed in. And that's how he got his start. Obviously, he made better fucking women in prison movies than Franco did. And I know this is going to irk a bunch of Franco fans, but this is so fucking slow moving and so confusing and really fails to deliver on every level except for some brief nudity by Rosabelle Neri and Maria Schramm. So I watched this to the end. It really like drags in spaces. Then there's the climactic prison escape, which leads the two surviving women to get captured and whipped and then freed by the new warden, whatever, who's always smiling and shit like that. So, whatever. I just put this fucking thing up for sale because it's that fucking boring. Now on to something else with the Chiller 25th anniversary show, which is meeting fucking problems from a renegade show called Chill Out, which is running the same day in the same fucking town. Obviously, because whoever owns Chill Out is all butthurt that he got expelled from Chiller for some reason. And yeah, there's always a reason these people get expelled from Chiller. Usually they're fucking around, submitting false expense reports, skimming, doing whatever, which is another fucking problem. But anyway, when you think of it, what is this fucking guy doing here? He's got a whole bunch of people that have actually been to Chiller, done Chiller, like William Shatner, Ice-T, whatever. But it seems the big deal is that he has Gene Simmons going to be there. And for Gene Simmons, you fucking marks that are out there, because that's what you are if you pay these prices. An autograph is $250. The Gene Simmons experience, the cheaper one, is $1,299, and dinner and cocktails with Gene for whatever is $2,500. So honestly, for $2,500 with Gene Simmons, if I was a chick, I'd want my pussy licked by that huge tongue. And if I was a guy, I'd want to climb on Shannon Tweeted fucker. This is ridiculous. Okay, it's a $10 admission charge, but who knows what all the other shit is. And of course, they got a copycat Chiller by having, Rockstar there and also wrestlers, Jeff and Matt Hardy. And you can do the Jeff and Matt Hardy experience, which would probably result in Jeff ODing for the fucking weekend. That's how fucked up it is. Anyway, on the Chiller side, you have the legends. You have Randy Quaid, you have Huey Lewis, you have Dave Davies, you have professional wrestling legend Jerry Lawler. You have Saturday Night Live legend Garrett Morris. You have a reunion of the remaining cast of Night of the Living Dead. You have the Scream Queens, Brink Stevens and Michelle Bauer. This is the 35th anniversary of the show that basically set the fucking bar for every goddamn convention in this fucking country. And it's amazing that a piece of shit that got fucking outed decides to get even by fucking going against that show, which is either going to split the fucking attendance between the two shows where neither will make any fucking money, or one of them is going to tank really badly, and I can just about guess which one it is. So I had said something on Facebook about that, and I got called out by the promoter, who shall remain nameless because I didn't want to discuss the motherfucker. But it's kind of ridiculous that this shit goes on, and, again, I've been asked, it's the 35th anniversary, you were such a huge part of that show up until, whatever, and how come you're not there? Well, the answer is simple. I haven't been asked to be there, and even if I was asked to be there, what am I supposed to do there? You guys remember me as I was back in the day. That guy got old and beat up and can't do the fifth of vodka every night that he used to do, can't smoke the fucking mountain of weed that he used to do, and obviously isn't going to be brought back to do any announcing or anything like that. So, I don't know what I could do there other than sit behind a table, but the other problem is I have no way to get there. I have no way to take care of anybody to take care of my dogs, and I have no merchandise. So, this is where you get 42nd Street Pete on the YouTube channel. I honestly wish that a couple of these places that I had been, that I am no longer there, that I had the opportunity to thank the fans and say goodbye, but that never came up. So, I will thank them right now, as I always do. I thank the fans because if there wasn't any fans, there wouldn't be any 42nd Street Pete, there wouldn't be any Chiller Theater Convention, there wouldn't be any Something Weird video, there wouldn't be anything. And that's what a lot of these fucking celebrities seem to forget. If it wasn't for the fucking fans, you wouldn't be anywhere. So, that's our show for today. Thanks for subscribing, thanks for tuning in. We're heading up on the weekend again. Looks like fall is here to stay, and we got Halloween coming around the corner, which poses a question to me as to what I'm going to do to top what I've ever done. And honestly, I can't top that, so I got to come up with something else. So maybe it's time to go back to when we were kids, and when we didn't have all this bullshit going on in our lives, and we could sit down in front of a TV and actually watch a black and white horror movie and appreciate it. So maybe that's where I'll go. I don't know. But until next week, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for tuning in. Above all, stay safe. Have a great weekend. And we'll catch you on the flip side.